Good morning, students. Today again we are going to do English, and all these days I was doing what with you? Grammar, right? So today I'm going to start with the chapter. This is how your book will look. You like it? So here in this book, okay, the first chapter that you have, lesson 1 is Swami Vivekananda. Okay, so I'm going to do some reading for you here. I know you all don't have the books, but I'm going to read it out for you to listen and to understand. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of this and send it to you. You know what you guys have to do? You have to read it, okay, and record it and send it to me. I want to see how you all read, okay? So this is your first homework. When I read now, you pay attention, then I send you this. You have to read and record and send it to me. And I want to see your faces. It's been long since I've seen you guys. So I want all of your faces, nice, bright smile, and you reading and sending it to me. Okay, fine? Let me start. Okay, now what do we know about Swami Vivekananda? Do you all know anything about him? Okay, he's one of the great leaders that India had. Okay, and do you know any other leaders in our India? Can you remember about anybody? I think you might know about Mahatma Gandhi ji, right? And we had Dr. Ambedkar, right? There are many leaders in India. Okay, one of them is Swami Vivekananda, but he was a religious leader. Religious means believing in a faith, believing in a religion. Okay, so let me read about him. India is a land of many religions and cultures. Cultures is a group of people follow certain pattern, right? A group of people will have their own social behavior. That is called culture. Okay, so India is a land of many religions and cultures. People here take both pleasure and pain alike. They are dedicated and duty bound. Children, what is dedicated? What is dedicated? Seriously doing something or being devoted to that particular thing is called dedicated. Duty bound is if a duty is given to you. Say for example, we have our armed forces in the border. So their duty is to protect us, and to do that they sometimes give their life out for us, right? So that is the meaning for duty bound. In this land, many well-known religious leaders have been born. One such leader has been Swami Vivekananda. Okay. One day a small boy jumped out of the coach in which he was traveling and ran to his mother with a smiling face. He pointed at the coachman and told his mother, "I want to be a coachman. How nice it is to drive a coach." Right? You all like going out anywhere, children? You know, when I was a child, we used to frequently travel in train, and it was a joy to sit near the window and see outside, and and to see how fast your coach is moving, the train is moving. Sometimes you just peep out of the window and you can see the engine if the train is turning, right? So it is a joy. So the same way, the small child Swami Vivekananda, when he was going in that train, in one of the coach, he got so excited and he thought, "I want to become a coachman." Okay, coachman is nothing but a person who's driving that coach or driving the engine for that matter. Okay, the mother could not say anything at that time. Later she showed him the picture of Geet Upadesha and patted him saying, "Dear Naren, if you want, you can be a coachman, but you should be a coachman like Krishna, who taught Arjuna." Though the boy did not understand it clearly, he became later what his mother wanted him to be. The little boy Naren later came to be known as Swami Vivekananda, a great spiritual leader and India's pride. Children, here we see that he wanted to become a coachman, okay? And the mother did not want to tell him anything, but later she said, Geet Upadesh is a book where Hindu religious things are written. So she shows that book, and then she tries to tell him that even if you want to become a coachman, you become like Krishna, who taught Arjuna. Now you know the story, right? Who was Krishna? During the war between the Kauravas and Pandavas, Krishna was the one who was riding the chariot for Arjuna, right? So the mother compares that to be a coach driver, and she says, even if you want to become a coachman, you become like who? Krishna. So Krishna was not only driving that chariot, but he was also a very supportive person and who used to guide Arjuna in many ways. And later we see that our Swami Vivekananda became a great leader, and he was definitely like Krishna. He used to train many people and teach many people and show them a religious pathway. Okay. Naren was born on 12th January 1863 to Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi in Kolkata. What is Kolkata? Have you all heard of Calcutta? We generally say Calcutta, but it is named as Kolkata. They considered the child to be the boon of God Vishweshwara Shiva and named him Vishweshwara. Later they gave him the name Narendranath Datta. At the age of 6, Narendra was sent to a primary school and later to a private tutor. He studied Sanskrit grammar, long passages from Ramayana and Mahabharata. He had a strong desire to study more and he wanted to see God. He met many people, but he was not able to get a satisfactory answer. Okay, so we see here that he was born on 12 January 1863 and he was born in Calcutta, Kolkata. Okay, and their parents had prayed to Vishweshwara Shiva, God Shiva, and that's when Swami Vivekananda was born. So they kept his name on the God's name, and they kept his name Vishweshwara, and then they later changed his name to Narendranath Datta. Now it is not written why they wanted to change it, but in any case his name was changed. Okay, and we know that he was very good in studies. So you all also should be very good in studies. See, anything that you do, you have to do it very religiously. Religiously means to do it very properly. So now what is your primary work? Your primary work is only to study, right? Parents are doing all the other responsibility. Your responsibility at home is only to study. And second thing that you need to do, you need to be obedient to your parents. You see here how Swami Vivekananda was obedient to his mother. His mother taught him that you need to be like Krishna, and later he became like that. So he did listen to his mother, he was obedient. And we also see here that he was very studious. And Sanskrit is a difficult language. It's unlike English or any other language, it is a very ancient language. Even when I used to study Sanskrit, it used to be so difficult to remember all those shlokas and all that. So this is a very difficult language, but you know what? He was so good. He used to read long passages. He knew grammar in Sanskrit. He knew everything, right? So we see that he was so much interested and he was so much dedicated to whatever he used to do. And you know what? He wanted to see God. Do you all have the desire to see God? I have. I think you should be thinking who that God is. Sometimes your parents may be saying God, God. So you must be wondering what it is. But this Swami Vivekananda at very young age wanted to see God. And he searched and searched, but he didn't get a satisfactory answer. Okay, so what happened next? That's a suspense I'm going to leave you with. Okay, so next time when we meet, I'm going to read the remaining chapter. We're going to see whether he got to see God or not. Okay, so that will be a learning for you as well. So I'm going to take a picture of this, children. Picture of the first page. See this? I'm going to send this to you. What you need to do, you need to ask your parents to video record your reading. I want to see how you're going to read it. You can listen to what I was reading many times, again and again. Then I want you to read it from here till here with full proper pronunciation. Okay? And when you send it to me, two things. One, I'll get to see your faces. And second, you'll learn reading. Okay? So I want you to do that. Now, here I have some words for you. Okay, children? Let's go through that. These are the words and meanings. I want you to write these 10 times and learn. This is important. Until and unless you don't know the meaning, there's no point of you reading anything, right? You need to understand what you read. So the first one is spirituality. What is a spirituality? The concept of being a good human being. When we say that the person is very spiritual, what do you mean by that? He's a good person. Okay? And it also has another meaning. Spiritual is somebody who connects with God, who knows about God more, or who has a desire to know God. We read here, right, that he had a desire to see God. The spirituality means having that desire to know God. The second one is dedicate. Dedicate means devote. devote, or very be passionate about something, or give into that totally and try to do that with perfection. That is called dedication. Desire is a wish. You deeply desire something. I desire to come back to school. You all desire? I wish to see you all soon. So I desire. Earnest is doing something very seriously, like you earnestly try means seriously you are trying to do that. Okay, and the last one is wandering is nothing but going from one place to another place, okay, in search of something, or maybe just wandering about to see what is around, things like that. So these 5 words I want you to learn now. Another 5 words I'll give you when I do the remaining reading, okay, in which I will tell you words like religious, culture and all that. I'm going to give you meaning of all of that, okay. So this is it, children. First you have to write this 10 times and learn the spellings and the meaning, and you have to do that paragraph reading that I'm going to send you and send it to me, okay. So until I meet you next time, stay safe and stay at home, and see you.